Amberly. Welcome back to Real Florida Magazine. Today is your opportunity to find out more about the best local cuisines. Today we're at Javier's Mexican Grill. Maybe we'll meet a few characters and have a little bit of fun. So stick around for more with Real Florida Magazine.
Welcome back. As mentioned, we've got Tony here from Javier's Mexican Grill. Tony, we've had the opportunity to come in and watch you guys prepare some of your signature dishes, visit with some of your staff, visit with some of your clientele. And to a man, the key word seems to be hospitality. It seems that is your focus, and that's what keeps people coming back. Let's start at the beginning. You're actually Javier's brother, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people are not aware of that.
No, a lot of people is not. They actually, sometimes they will ask me, "Are you the owner?" I'm like, "No, sir."
Well, even regulars, they know you, they know your name, they know Javier, but they don't know what that connection is. How long have you actually been here in Chipley?
I've known Chipley for about 8 years now.
Okay.
But occasionally just moved in. Well, it's been a while since I moved back in here, and it's been about 5 years now. So.
Well, Javier had another restaurant in town at one time, and then relocated to this much more favorable destination. Great parking, great visibility, right here on Main Street, right across from One South Bank, and you can't go to Chipley more than once or twice without finding out, or without having somebody say something about, hey, you need to check out Javier's.
Right. Yeah, we get that a lot. Actually, when people comes in here, even if they don't know where we at, some people down the road or either at the store, grocery store, they'll come to us and say, hey, we were looking for a good place to eat, and they say, come to Javier's. I say, well, you're in the right spot.
You can probably hear the fountain right beside us here, because we are literally sitting right in front of Javier's. People know it by that landmark, that wishing well, if you will. If you look in there, you see all kinds of change. People wishing on a good meal. They're never disappointed when they come that extra 10 or 15 feet through your doorway, though.
Not at all. Not at all. They actually leave well satisfied, and they always tell us, even though we drove 10, 15 miles, we're still going to come back. And I'm like, well, that's really amazing. That makes us feel proud and good about what we're doing here.
Now, as I mentioned in the introduction, hospitality seems to be the key word here at Javier's. You can't come here without Javier or Emily or yourself, depending on who's in town, coming by the table, making sure that you greet people, making sure that food is okay. Talk a little bit about that philosophy and how important that is to Emily and Javier.
Well, you know, that's the main part, you know, if somebody owns a business, and especially in a small town like this. I mean, you can't really just say, I'm going to throw it out there and leave it alone. No, but it's really nice to see them here, and that's the main point. You know, if you have a business, you have to stay there. You have to stay occasionally checking on it and making sure everybody's welcome. Not just, to me, it's not business. It's not just about you want to get rich or you want to just make a living out of it, but which you do. You got to make a living out of it, but you also got to satisfy your customers and make them feel welcome like they're home.
Well, when there's lots of money around, when things are booming, every business does well. The key and the signature to a good business is when you do well when things are not so good.
Exactly.
When money starts getting tight and people say, I don't know if we can afford to eat out more than a couple times this week, where are we going to go? Javier seems to have stayed busy regardless of the economy.
That's the point there, because their meals, you know, it's not such a bad prices on it, and there's a lot of meals actually that you get for the amount of money that you won't believe. I mean, it's really cheap and it's affordable. I mean, you can come in here and, you know, you get a taco or a quesadilla. Other places they charge you $4 or $5. Here, it's a taco is $1.50. A quesadilla is what, $3? So you make it. Plus you get chips and salsa, so you make a good meal out of it.
Now, there's always a good deal here at Javier's, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays you have some specials.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. Tuesdays is a Taco Tuesday. That's what we call it, Taco Tuesday. Tacos 99 cents. Either, you know, people comes in here and just enjoy them. And on Thursdays we got the taco also for 99 cents and the quesadillas for $1.99. And I mean, it's a deal.
Quesadilla for $1.99. Now that's a large plate of food. It's a full meal.
It is. It is. It's actually people. That's basically what they just get. That sometimes people might be hungry, but with the, like I said, chips and sauce, and then you get the quesadilla. It's a pretty good size. So that's actually a meal also.
I don't think that you can eat here without your waiter asking you if you would like to have dessert. I've never been able to have dessert. I see very few people that have room for dessert. A dessert here seems to be something that several people will share just to have that little bit of sweet. But by the time you get done, you're full.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just, if you're willing to have some dessert, you might want to get you something smaller, because all their meals here, even their lunches, they're still pretty big, so there will be no room for that.
I'm glad you say that. Many times you go to a restaurant, if they serve that same dish for lunch and dinner, the lunch portion is a little cheaper and typically a lot smaller.
Right.
I don't see a lot of difference in the portions.
No, I don't either. They do kind of lower it down a little bit, but it's still, they're pretty big, so it's really a good price and good meal. So
now the signature again of a good restaurant is not being able to get in there at mealtime. Unfortunately, the bad thing about lunch is everybody eats at that noon hour, and Javier's is no different, especially on Sundays.
Oh yes, Sundays is one of the busiest days here, and I mean, we get everybody that comes from church. Could not be more blessed than that.
Yeah, you're fortunate to have a really good following in town, but not just within Chipley. We see people come from Bonifay and Mariana, even from Dothan and Panama City area to come up here.
Oh yes, we get people from all the surroundings, Vernon, Bonifay, like you said, Dothan, and I mean, they come here pretty often, at least twice a week.
Now, you've got some signature dishes. We talked about the tacos and the quesadillas on those respective days when they're the specials, but we've had the opportunity to be in your kitchen and to watch you make some of your signature dishes. Here just recently we talked about crawfish. Talk about how popular that's become.
Oh, that has become really popular, and it's really, I mean, it's a dish that anybody will enjoy. I mean, people is really surprised how they prepare it here and how good it is, because you expect that like Louisiana or Mississippi, and I mean, it's here in Chipley. But it's a really enjoyable dish. It's really good dish.
Now you have your crawfish delivered here fresh,
yes,
so it's not like you're taking them out of the freezer or anything like that. They're here fresh, and you're preparing those meals. You've got El Patron, and you've got crawfish dip.
Yes, sir.
What else do you find is popular?
Well, I think that's the most popular dishes that we have, but the crawfish dip, it's one of the main ones also. I would say that's actually the main one, because people really enjoy it. People doesn't even really want to get a meal after they have that on the table. So they're like, this is it, I'm good. So.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the crawfish dip is people do get it as an appetizer, and they say, let me have that, and then we'll wait. They go through a basket full of chips and a bowl of crawfish dip. They're either ready for dessert or just ready to go home and take a nap.
Exactly. I mean, it's a pretty big bowl, and I mean, it's got a lot in it, so that gets you pretty filling.
One thing that people don't realize so much about Javier's is that you literally have the best hamburger in town. When I found out about it, I started having that, and I think I went for months without ordering any of the traditional Mexican plates. Instead, had that cheeseburger and fries.
Yes, sir. I think I actually seen that. you got
did.
stuck with that one.
Yeah.
It's a really good burger. I mean, they when they prepare it, they make their own little patties here, and they season it, marinate it, and ready to be thrown out the next day. So once they throw it in the griddle, a few minutes, and they're done, because they're almost cooked with all the seasoning and stuff. So it's a really good burger, and we have had a lot of compliments about it. So we're proud of that.
And you can put jalapenos and a little bit of avocado on it and make it a Mexican burger.
Make it your way.
Now, we've had the fortune of coming by and filming and talking with you guys for the last several years, and even before that, we're coming in here to eat. Every time we go into the kitchen, we see the same guys. You keep that same staff.
Yes, sir. You want to do that, and because they're really people that you can rely on, and those guys, they work really hard, and they love it. They love working. I mean, it's hard, but they love it. I mean, they're used to it, and I tell you what, they way worth it.
And the same thing can be said for your wait staff, for your bus boys, for your counter help.
Yes.
Everybody, you have very little turnover. I guess it's because you and Emily and Javier treat them right. We have to.
When you come in here, we don't really treat each other as workers. We really treat each other as more of a family and friends and people that's collaborating with the same thing. And things go really well after you put it all together and you let them know to feel comfortable to come here. So then they figure it out. Hey, this is the place to work. This is the people to work for.
And that hospitality spills over into all of your employees.
Yes, sir.
If one of the kitchen staff happens to be outside the kitchen drinking a glass of water and somebody walks by, they're sure to say hello,
Definitely.
greet them by name many times, because you do have regulars that come here 3, 4, 5
yes.
times a week.
Oh yes, at least 3 or 4 times a week. And I tell you what, we really appreciate them sharing with us, because I mean, if it wasn't for them or even you, we won't have nothing here. We would not be here. So there for that, we're really blessed for that. And I mean, you have to go out there and show them that you care about them. It's some people probably say, oh, whatever, you just want to take my money, but really we don't. We know it's business, part of the business, but we also want you to know that we do care about you. That's why we always make sure you got everything you need. Is there anything we can do for you? Let us know, and we definitely will accomplish it for you.